I might have started a very large rat infestation in my neighborhood. For context, a few months ago, me and my dad went to visit my grandma who lives on the other side of the city. While I was snooping around my grandma's storage room, I saw these rain boots, and for whatever reason I decided to ask my grandma if I could have them. Now, when I got the boots, nothing seemed off. I thought they looked quite normal and clean-looking on the outside, so I didn't bother trying them on. When we got home, that's when I found out how wrong I was. Thank God I didn't put the boots on. My dad did. He felt something squishy and disgusting on his feet, so he dumped the contents of the boots, and then we saw there were baby rats inside each boot. I'm not talking like 2-3 baby rats. There were a lot, maybe like 40-50 in total. They looked like they had just been born. It was so horrifying and nasty. Some freaking rat had turned it into a nest of sorts. My dad immediately thought about killing the rats and getting rid of them, but I couldn't do it. No matter how disgusting they were, I still felt bad for them. Their mother was probably frantically looking for them. But my dad insisted. Of course, I did not listen, and I decided to dump the mice on the shallow part of neighborhood's canal system, hoping they would survive. I told my dad I had dumped them into the canal to drown them, but I lied. Now I forgot about this entire incident, and I have even worn the boots on several occasions. But recently, I noticed a few rats scurrying around the neighborhood. These rats were huge. Not New York City levels, but still pretty huge. They were as big as kittens. I thought nothing of it, but then I heard several neighbors complaining how there were rats inside their homes. And that's when I connected the dots and realized those rats might have been the same ones I dumped a month ago. And that's pretty much it. I live in a nicer area, so our neighborhood was pretty clean up until those rats started scurrying around the streets, in the garbage and in people's houses. Even our house was no exception. My mom screamed in the early hours of the morning, and that's when I knew they had invaded our house as well. People were getting mad and complaining, and I am horrified. The local government unit has already become involved, and I think this is becoming a very big issue. The rats are everywhere now. I seem to be the only one who has realized, as my dad seems to be oblivious, and I plan to keep it that way. I know it might sound like nothing to you all, but every time I hear a scream in our neighborhood, I do feel a little bad. I seem to have made things just a little harder for everyone living here. I'm a horrible person with how I handled a mental health episode. I'm 32 now. Got diagnosed bipolar at 18 when I was involuntarily committed. My first visit with a therapist landed me in a hospital. Made me refuse to get help for years. Coped with drugs and was a heroin user for a short period. Moved abroad and had my fist episode with psychosis at 22. I lost a job and had no support or means around me. I found comfort and help in strangers. Got into the habit of sleeping with married women older than me. Sometimes by a decent amount. Even allowed myself to be seen after negotiating and agreeing to such things as long as they booked the hotel and paid for everything I could visit. Feel like I objectified myself and had no morals for the respect of what marriage meant. Became so routine, being called to be seen whenever these people wanted me. So I find it rather hard to live with myself knowing I slept with so many married people and what that says about me. And I don't understand what role I served these women before.